to my channel. My name is Kayla. Today we are not going to be cooking, we are going to be talking about those food items you should totally not give your infant who is less than a year, who is less than 12 months. The common perception that cow milk is a direct substitute for breast milk. Thank you, but no, nutritionally, no, it isn't. Cow milk is not recommended for infants less than 12 months old, and the core reasons are actually centered around how cow milk interferes with iron metabolism, and then the second one is how cow milk overwork the infant kidney in trying to excrete the excess protein and the minerals. The first reason how it interferes with iron absorption is that it's low in iron, so it doesn't supply the needed iron required by the infant at that age, and it also interferes with iron absorption in the sense that it has high calcium, high casein, and these substances, they are good ordinarily, but they interfere with iron absorption, and at that age iron is very essential in carrying out other body functions, so it is not recommended for infants less than 12 months old for this main reason. How it overworks the kidney is that it supplies the infant with more than enough protein required, more than enough minerals required. So the kidney works so hard trying to remove all those excess waste. Kidney utilizes lots of body fluid trying to do this job, and then this might lead to infant dehydration, and infant dehydration is not good at all. So cow milk is not a direct substitute for breast milk and is not recommended for infants less than 12 months old. The second one is honey. I don't know, the fact that honey makes children smart, is it an old wife tale or does it have a scientific background? Well, we will talk more about that. That can make even a good video subsequently. But today, let's just focus on whether raw honey is good for your infant who is less than 12 months old. Raw honey is not good for infant less than 12 months old because of Clostridium botulinum bacterial pores that is predominantly found in soils, and this can easily contaminate raw honey, and these bacterial pores can easily multiply in the stomach of an infant. Stomach doesn't have enough acidity level to neutralize or detoxify the effect of the toxin produced by these bacterial pores, and that is why honey is not recommended. As a matter of fact, raw honey when fed to infant can cause botulism, infant botulism, a common food poisoning caused by the Clostridium botulinum bacterial pores. All right, the next one, soya bean. Yeah, no one actually knows how best to utilize soya beans other than mom, who is trying to introduce her little one to solids. Yeah, some process it into powder, some extract the milk and utilize it, well, some add other grains to it and blend it to make up a fantastic complementary food. Yeah, it's fantastic. Soybean is fantastic, but there's enough reason why it's not recommended for infants less than 12 months old. One of it being that it can cause hypersensitivity later in life, and it can also expose those infants fed with soya beans to high chances of developing breast cancer, prostate cancer, and even poor sexual development. Some link it to even poor immune system development. Some reports said that those infants fed with soya bean later in life can develop goiter. This is because of the plant substance found in it called phytoestrogen. This plant substance have a hormone-like effect, and it is capable of interfering with proper sexual development. It can cause hypersensitivity and lots more of controversy surrounding it. There is also high phytate in soya bean, and this also interferes with iron absorption. And at tender age, iron is one of the key nutrients that is prioritized, that an infant should get enough of it. So for a vegan mom, some companies have actually worked on soya bean by extracting the proteins and other key nutrients that an infant will need at that age, and then that formula is totally different from a whole soya bean processed at home, and that formula is considered okay and recommended for infants whose parents are vegans or vegetarians. But not to worry, if in case you love soya bean and you've been using it, well, it's not recommended for your infant who is less than 12 months old. But don't worry, there are myriads of other options and other food choices that can meet the nutrient demand of your infant, of your little one. And if you subscribe to this channel, more updates and more recipes will be coming to you concerning your infant's nutrition during pregnancy, during lactation, and a healthy living, nutrition for healthy living in general. So consider subscribing in case you'd like to see more of updates like this. Let's move on quickly to the cheese. Some cultures actually love cheese than the others. Cheese is generally nutritious. It's a good source of protein, calcium, and some vitamins. And generally, infants can eat cheese from 6 months old. All right, but there are cheese that are not recommended to be given to infants. For instance, soft cheeses, goat ripened cheeses, mold ripened cheeses, unpasteurized cheese in general is not really recommended for infants less than 12, because this can easily be contaminated with listeria, and then listeria monocytogen can easily cause listeriosis in children. It's another level of food poisoning as well, and that is why not all cheese are recommended to infants, particularly the ones that are added to uncooked meals or unbaked meals. They are not recommended at all. So that should guide our choices, right? Next one is raw or lightly cooked egg. Raw or lightly cooked egg, for instance, in recipes like homemade ice cream or cake icing, is not recommended to be given to an infant. But well-cooked options like just simply boiled egg or omelets that is well cooked is okay for your infant who is less than 12 months old. This is simply because of food poisoning from them. Fish is a very nutritious option, but there are some type of fish you shouldn't feed your infant who is less than 12 months old. For instance, shellfish like oysters are not recommended for infants because of high probability and chances of food poisoning with them. Then there are other fish that have high level of mercury that is not recommended for infants as well, because it interferes with the nervous system development, and you won't like that, alright? So, and it's not recommended for infants less than 12 months old. For instance, shark and marlin are the top of the list that always have high mercury level. Just in case you live in the coastline and these or riverine areas, and these fish are easily obtainable there, it's not recommended for infants less than 12 months old. But other type of fish like sardine are good for infants. And then what you need to do is to thoroughly check if the fish is bone free to avoid choking hazard in infants. And another one we need to cover, very important, is whole nut. Nut is loaded, all right, and very good ordinarily, but it should be crushed. It's not recommended to give your infant a whole nut because it can easily mistrap and enter their lungs. That might aspirate the child. That might literally choke the child. So whole nut is not recommended for infants. As nutritious as nut is, yes, a whole nut is not recommended for an infant. Other food substances that are not recommended for infants below 12 months include soda drinks, sweetened drinks, all those sweetened syrups like corn syrups are not recommended for infants because of tooth decay. Those high sugar or high sweetened drinks, even if it's fruit juice but it's sweetened, is not recommended for your infant. Maybe you're sipping 5 Alive or any other drink of your choice and you want your infant to have a feel of it. If it's less than 12 months, it's better to avoid it because it's not recommended for them because of tooth decay. So, did you enjoy the video? Consider giving it a thumbs up. By so doing, you are recommending it for other moms who might find it useful. For more updates like this on infant nutrition for general well-being, this is the Buster. Consider smashing the subscribe button and be a part of the community. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. If you have any question arising from watching this video, leave the question in the comment section below. If you have any suggestion or any feedback, use the comment section as well. See you in the next one.